Marvelous Mom. Marvelous Mom. Can I just move this? Sorry. Yep. Good morning. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So we just finished day 2 of 21 today. And today we had a bonus. We had a bonus 10-minute
10-minute abs today
Hey, good morning.
that I was forced to do by Wendy and Glenda.
Right. But we got it done. So 40 minutes of working out. Each day is only 30 minutes, but you know,
It fluctuates here and there.
2 days out of the week we do 10 minutes. So today, this has been weighing heavy on my heart, you guys, to talk about anxiety since Sunday. And I'm gonna preface this by saying that I'm not diagnosing you, okay? That anxiety is different and manifests different in every person, if it does, okay? And I'm just going to share, you know, my story, and I'm going to share how, you know, basically it was diagnosed and what I'm doing about it and what helps. And that's just for me, you know. And the reason I want to talk about it is because I spoke to someone very dear to me on Sunday, and for sure she's, you know, experiencing anxiety because she shared that she's also experiencing panic attacks. And, you know, and I encourage her to seek help. And one of the things she said that is very common in our culture, and, you know, maybe jump in and tell me whether this has been something that you've heard in your culture or not, right? Is, why do I have to go and tell a stranger my things? That's like the first thought that comes to mind. Like, I don't know this person, right? The therapist. I don't know this person. Why do I need to share my private things with someone I don't know? And so, you know, the way I explain it always, and I'll get into my story, is a therapist, that's their specialty. The specialty, you know, just like, you know, if you, for me, for example, yesterday I went to see my neurologist. I get migraines, right? I don't get them as often as I used to when I was 16 and in my 20s, etc., and 30s. But I go to a neurologist to treat my migraines because she's a specialist in that area. Same thing as a therapist, right? They will help you get through, you know, any mental health conditions, etc. So when I first started experiencing my anxiety and I started to manifest some symptoms, I pushed it away. It was in 2017, and we were at our company summit in New Orleans, right? New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
And I was fine, you guys. We got there. You know, I'll try to summarize it because I talk about anxiety and I can be here all day with you guys. But basically, you know, we were out there for a conference, and the day we got there, I started to feel some weird sensation on my arms and my legs, like almost like a shooting pain, and this restlessness on my legs and my arms, and it was uncomfortable, you know. And I kept telling Jorge, but we flew down there, but it wasn't also like a long flight, because, you know, sometimes if you fly a lot or you sit a lot, you know, there's a possibility of you developing blood clots. And so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna drink a lot of water. I might just be dehydrated, whatever. That night, I was with my team. I met my team, and all of a sudden I was talking to one of my teammates, and I could not hear. I could see her mouth moving. I could not hear anything she was saying to me, anything. And at that point, my heart started beating very fast, and I freaked out. And I called Jorge because he knew I wasn't feeling good anyway, and they rushed me to the ER. And so when I was in the ER, they basically did the whole workup, and they explained that a woman, when they basically were ruling out a heart attack, because in women, I should say, heart attacks don't have the same symptoms. You don't have the same symptoms as when a man is having a heart attack. And so they said that typically a woman feels all the symptoms on the right side rather than the left side. So I was fine. They did all the workup, and they said, we really just think you're dehydrated. Just keep drinking water. So I'm like, what? Okay, that's it. Like, they cleared me, So we went about our business. We went about the conference. I came home, and I just wanted to make sure and got clear for blood clots in my legs. All right. I still had some symptoms. I still had some restlessness. I still had some shooting pains, but I kind of just pushed it away, and I didn't want to deal with it, and I was like, they told me I was fine, right? Fast forward 2018, about 2 months, I think it was in May, June, July. Yeah, so 2 months prior to my mom having the stroke, I started to experience other symptoms. I started to get dizzy. I remember we were going out for dinner, and the room just started to spin. And then I sat, and then, I would be fine. And then things just started to progressively get worse. And then at that point, I started to suffer panic attacks. I didn't know that that's what they were. I remember we were at the aquarium, and I was fine. I was with my mom, with Jorge, Matias. I was fine. And then all of a sudden, I got a panic attack, and, I felt like if I was, like, the whole room was spinning. I felt like, nauseous, like all the things. And unfortunately, that kind of ruined the day. So until I had an experience where I thought I was legit going to die, then Jorge rushed me to the emergency room, and I ended up in the emergency room 3 times before I took any action. Then I started to see a cardiologist, because I, until that day, still thought that, they cleared me in the emergency room all 3 times. And I just felt that there was something physically wrong with me. There's something wrong with me, but I never imagined that it was anxiety, you guys, ever. And my sister kept saying, I really think they keep clearing you that you're suffering from anxiety. And I was just like, no, like, it's so physical. My symptoms are so physical. There's something physically wrong with me. It can't be anxiety. Mind you, I have a bachelor's in psychology. And, I went to the cardiologist, and, they did like all the workup, and cleared everything. I wore a machine, I can't remember what it's called, to monitor my heart for 2 weeks. I went to a neurologist who did like the whole workup as well, MRIs from here, like everywhere, EEGs, EMGs, everything, all this stuff. And I was cleared. I was good until November. And as you can imagine, my mom has the stroke in July. My anxiety went completely up. And finally, I went and got some help and started to see a therapist and a psychiatrist. And it was the biggest blessing in my life. All to say that I'm not saying don't get clear, because I always recommend go see a doctor, because you might have something other than anxiety. So you want to obviously physically get clear that it's nothing else, right? Because there are so many other things that can be wrong with you that give you those type of symptoms as if you have anxiety. And I just want to share what I have been doing in the past about 1.5 years now, or a little bit more than that has been working for me. Maybe some of these things may work for you, maybe not. But I do encourage that you look for help. I do encourage that you talk to someone about it, because you don't have to feel like this. Honestly, there was a period of time that I would pray and I would ask God, will I ever be the same again? Because I literally felt anxious all day, every day. I literally felt like I was like out of my body. It was such a different, and it's a different experience for everyone, but I just felt like out of body. You know, like it wasn't me. I didn't recognize myself. It was awful, you guys, and I don't wish that upon anyone, which is why I'm saying, if you're feeling something, go get checked. You know, go to the doctor, have them do all the workup and get cleared. And if it is a mental health condition, get help. It's okay. It's like, you know, it's real. Anxiety and depression are real. It's like, you know, people have this taboo around it because, you know, it's something you can't see and you can't perceive, but it is so real for the people who are feeling it. And the things that have been working for me is going to therapy. Going to therapy has been so important for me, right? Talking to my husband when I feel anxious, talking to my sister when I feel anxious. So having a support system that understands what you're going through, right? Because sometimes, you know, I feel like it's gotten so much better, but at the beginning stages, I would be like, oh my God, I feel like I'm definitely dying today. You know, and my sister would be like, no, I just need to come over and you need to go get your nails done, right? Because it just feels so real to the person who's experiencing it. So when someone feels anxious, you know, you always have to be there for them because it is such a feeling that you can't control. It's something, it takes over you, and it's not, you can't even explain it unless you are feeling it. And, you know, every person experiences anxiety differently. You know, for me, it's a full body experience, you know, every day is a different type of symptom. So I go to a therapist. I found a morning routine that works for me, right? Prayer, devotional, practicing gratitude, right? Praying throughout the day. Like when I'm feeling it, you know, I'm talking to God. I'm talking to my support system. All right. Exercise is so important because you get to burn that energy. Exercise is so important. Eating healthy, drinking water, getting sleep. Those things are so important in lowering the anxiety. But definitely finding things that, you know, like sitting in quiet time, stillness, right? So prayer, if that means prayer, and just spending time with yourself and with God so that you can go through it, right? And sometimes, you know, they might give you some medications, but that's between you and your doctor. So those are things that have worked for me, and you know, I'm grateful for my husband who has been very supportive through this journey with me, and you know, and I'm still fighting it. I still, you know, you see me here showing up and talking to you guys every day, but those are my struggles on a daily basis. It has gotten so much better. There's days, you know, that I am feeling 98% like myself, and then there's days that, you know, just maybe like 2 weeks ago I had a little panic. But you know, but I'm here, and I'm grateful to God that I am better. But that's because I went and looked for help, and I surround myself with people who get it. Like I also speak to my team because, you know, some of my team members also experience anxiety. Some of them are, you know, psychotherapists, and I'm able to confide in them and ask for, you know, for help. So those are the things that I just wanted to share. It was heavy in my heart, you guys. I hate when people, you know, are dealing with this without seeking help, because you're not alone. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to, you know, overcome this alone. There are other people out there that are also going through it that can help you, that have, you know, maybe like for myself, that, you know, I've been in it for over 2 years now. You know, I can guide you to just look for help. I can't diagnose you, and I can't, you know, help it disappear, but I can guide you to tell you what has worked for me and what hasn't. So all right, so that's, yes, anxiety sucks, but it's real, and that's why we need to look for help. Guys, I love you, and I just wanted to come in here to talk about that because I want you guys to be healthy, you know, not just physically, but I want you to be healthy mentally, because it's so important, emotionally and spiritually. Have a good day, and go out and get some help if you are suffering from anything like this, and share this, because anxiety is real, and there is so many people who are dealing with it in their own way. All right, it's gonna get better, I promise.